Hi, I'm Michelle Saumberfield. I'm a legal assistant in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm the author of this book called Marilyn, Not Just Another Girl, The Myth About Sleeping in the Nude. It's an author's memoir with reincarnation stories mixed in. But I actually am making this video because I want to talk about my friend Steve's book. Steve Jordan goes by the pen name S.M. Jordan, and he wrote this book called Somehow I Survived, a memoir of a lost soul. It's a really great book, and I just want to talk about it a little bit because I can't say enough good about it. It's just a really good read. One of the things I like about this book is I think it represents the everyman. And when I say that, I mean every man and every woman. In our lives, we all get caught up in the ordinary things and sometimes the extraordinary things. But I think the important thing is to keep moving and to persevere. So when life is stressful, you have faith and hope, and you accompany that with a great work ethic, and you just keep moving toward your goals. And that's what I really get out of this book. This book takes my friend Steve from his childhood, where he's hanging out with a lot of friends. They're kind of mischievous. They're very, very active. You never know what they're going to be up to. But somewhere along the line, they learn the importance of not being a bully, for instance. Or they learn that, sometimes when you do things, it really affects other people. It takes Steve through his young adulthood where he's navigating the world of women and rock concerts and just, trying to figure out what's important in life. Sometimes it's getting a new car. Sometimes it's letting a girl you like know you like her. But then you go into adulthood, right? And we all know most of us have to work. And it's not always a smooth, fun transition. Sometimes you don't know what career you're going to end up with. Sometimes you don't know how long it's going to take to find, your ideal partner. I know for me, I met my boyfriend when I was 39 years old. We've been together for 17 years. But, I was beginning to think it was just never going to happen. I was never going to meet the right guy. And of course, eventually Steve does meet the love of his life, thank God. But this book is quite interesting. It's quite a journey. There's so many great stories in it. It's kind of like the story of his life from the beginning up to the present. But there's a lot of little stories. And it's the kind of book where you can read a few pages or you can read a chapter at a time. You can put it down for a while, maybe because you have to do laundry or grocery shopping or your job or something. And you still get like something fun out of it because there's so many stories in it. You can easily read a few short stories in a short period of time. But then you want to get back to it because you want to find out where it leads Steve next. For instance, Steve talks about a favorite teacher who lets the class play records, during school. Or there's a story about a beloved building in the area and it's torn down, and Steve is able to get pieces of the rubble and to make something of it in his own home. Or I think it's kind of cute, when girls like boys, they tend to just gush over them and make it so obvious, but guys tend to try to act tough and pretend they don't really like the girl they like. And so there's one of those kind of stories in here too, which is kind of cute. But like Steve goes through things such as trying to make a long distance trip and wondering if his car is even going to make it to the end of the trip. Or, I don't know, it's just a good book. There's so much more to it than that, and I just don't want to really give up the contents of the book. I think people should buy it and read it. But I find that a lot of people around me either become very cynical or they drink too much and they, They get discouraged when things don't come easily to them. And life is full of so many, challenges. And that's one of the things that's really great is that Steve shows us all that you don't give up on what you want, you work really hard, and eventually things just might work out for you. I also hear that Steve is working on book number 2, and I look forward to reading that as well. But again, I recommend everybody pick up this book by my friend Steve. His author name is S.M. Jordan. Of course, I'm not going to call him S.M., right? But the book is called Somehow I Survived, a memoir of a lost soul. You can buy it on Amazon, and I'm sure it's probably in some other places too, so you can look for it. And yeah. Oh, and the other thing too is, my book has reincarnation in it, and I know not everybody's into that, and so that's kind of controversial for some people. But Steve's book is all about his current lifetime. It's all about being Steve, and so I think that's really great. It kind of makes him a hero in the here and now because he's completely talking about things he's overcome now, in the here and now, as the wonderful person he is, Steve Jordan. So I recommend you buy this book and have a good day.